Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is a big day because we've got the 92 Dodge Stealth back from paint. It looks absolutely amazing. I did it a little differently. I went with some RT trim on it to make it look a little better than a base one. Today my plan was to use these max speed racing struts, the cheapest coilovers that I could find on eBay for the Stealth, to lower down a little bit because we all know that the attitude is in the altitude and that car sits too high. And although these were the cheapest I could find on eBay, they actually seem to be really, really good quality. It was $235 with free shipping for the set. I'm anxious to see how they fit and how it rides. Also for the 190E, I've got the Bocklin lowering springs. They look to be pretty high quality too. I don't like that they're purple, but you're not gonna be able to see them anyways. But unfortunately, we're only days away from Mecum auction. And the transporter called me this morning and he's gonna be here to pick up the TD tonight, which it means I have to get that ready today. I thought I had 2 more days. I've got to adjust the carburetors on it. I've got to get it cleaned up and do a quick detail on it so that it's ready to go when he gets here. So unfortunately, I'm not going to show you the Stealth or the wide body today. I'm going to make you wait. I will show you the wheels we got for the wide body, but I don't want to show you that car until they're on. Pick the wheels, I let you guys pick the wrap. I haven't said which wrap we're going with, but I'll tell you which wheels we're going with. The DTM 17 by 8.5 RW01s. These are the closest I could find to era correct, and really I think they're gonna be a perfect look on the car. They've got a 35 offset, but I'm still probably gonna have to do wheel spacers because these flares are huge. I went with the 245 4017, so we have a little bit of rubber and it doesn't look like we're running rubber bands. These are not staggered fit, but they will look staggered because it'll be a different size spacer from the front to the rear. Updating lighting on cars is really important on the older cars to get a modern look to it. Found these on eBay also. I love buying car parts on eBay. These came from Czechoslovakia. It took a little while to get them, but I'm glad that they're here. I don't think these are a factory style. They're just completely custom, and I think they're really, really gonna accent the car well. So when you are adjusting dual carbs on one of these older European vehicles, most all of them, whether it's a Fiat or an MG, they all share the dual SU carburetor setup. Even though there are differences, they're all very similar. First thing you do, first step, is always check the timing. I've already put new points in this, new condenser, new plugs. I check the timing, it is spot on. Then you go over, sync the carburetors, they gauge like this. You're checking vacuum from one to the other. And you always want to get them as even as you can. Now in this case, when the engine's at running temperature, we're at 10 on the gauge on both, so we know that they are even. It is running a little rich, I can smell it in the gas, so I need to do the air-fuel mixture once these carburetors are warmed up. That's done off of the bottom here. When I run the screw up, that's making it lean. When I run the screw out, that's making it rich. Now when I know when I'm in the right spot, the plunger here, I lift it up just about 1 millimeter. If the idle sputters a little bit and then smooths out, then you know you're perfect. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna have the door open while I do this. There's gonna be a lot of road noise, so you can watch me do it, but I won't be talking much. The way it popped off right there, that lets me know my timing is perfect. That lets me know my idle's perfect. I just need to get a little closer on the air-fuel mixture. Looking at this, the difference in the color between the 2 manifolds, see how it's white hot here and it's red hot here? That lets me know that the front carburetor is running lean and out of sync with the rear. I'm richening it out a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. My thermometer here, I can tell, my thermal imager, I can tell that I've got now a pretty close mix from front to rear. So I'm gonna let it get a little hotter. See my plungers inside are moving up and down equally. Feels pretty good to me. On my very front cylinder, I've got 254 degrees. On my very rear, 251. I'm pretty good all the way across. Let me smell it, see how I like it. I haven't passed out and I'm not choking on the fumes, so the exhaust is burning pretty well. A little bit of a sputter, but not bad. I'm happy with the idle, I'm happy with the throttle response. I'm gonna put the air cleaners back on it and call it good for now. Now that I've got the mechanicals all sorted, I'm gonna go through with the air hose first, and I'm gonna blow out dust out of any nooks and crevices that I can. I wanna get this to appear as original of a Survivor as I can without being overdoing it or making it look chintzy. I want this car to appear as original as possible, even if it's not perfect. Now, there is a car identical to this, same year, same everything, coming up for auction. We're going on Thursday with no reserve. We think this car will bring 15 to 20,000. The fully restored one, that again is identical, is going on Saturday, and they have over $65,000 in receipts for repairs and restoration. I really think I would rather have this original Survivor than the restored one. It's making me curious on what this car is actually gonna bring. One thing I noticed about the restored one, we took the welting back to green because it had been painted over back in the early 70s. Well, the restored one, they painted over again, which I don't believe is correct for the period. I think it's supposed to have color match to the interior piping because they don't offer yellow piping. They only offer the green or the black or the red. So that's gonna be curious to see how these two cars affect each other's values, but I'm just gonna blow it out for now. Get this all cleaned up. Really wish I would have noticed this when this bonnet was off. I wish I would have noticed that grime under the hood earlier, but unfortunately I didn't. Now I'm gonna give the car a quick wash. After I wash it and dry it, I'm gonna do a quick detail spray on it. Now when it gets to the auction, it's gonna 308 detail or 803 detail, whichever they're called. They do a fantastic job. They'll do the full detail at the auction, but the cleaner that I have it before it goes, the better the job that they'll do. And the job they did on the truck last year, I'm excited to see what they do this year on this one, just because they make old paint look amazing. These tires have been on this car since, well, who knows when. I mean, clearly they're gonna need to be replaced before it's driven, but there hasn't been any tire shine. They haven't even been washed in at least a decade. So I'm gonna hit them with the Wesley's Black Magic, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna suck all the dirt out, and then I can scrub that off and rinse it off, and then when they're dry, I can put a nice coating of something to help bring it back and shine up a bit. So this is just to help ensure a better, more even coat. You can already see that it's sucking the years of dirt out. So I've used this ceramic speed shine before from Griot's Garage. It's great, it shines right up. I don't know what kind of materials that the detailers at Mecum are gonna work with, but I remember from last year, they were so much better than what we did. So rather than coating the car with something that may interfere with theirs, I've got it cleaned, I've got it shining, I'm gonna leave it like this, with the exception of once the tires dry, I'm gonna put the gloss on them. That way we can get the best job from the detailers down there and I'm not interfering with them. So this car is 100% done. The next time you see it, Antonio and I will be in Las Vegas later this week. Wish us luck going across the auction block. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and thanks for following along.